3, 2, 1. Here we go.
Come on in. Welcome to the Roland Reviews YouTube channel. I hope that you can all hear me clearly. I don't know. Let me see, where are we here? Can you all hear me clearly? Okay, you can't see me, but can you hear me? I will leave the Hello, everyone. Ruby said it sounds like a house party. All right. Hopefully, if you all can hear me and see me clearly, I've reset my router. I don't know if it's an issue with, where is it? Okay, you can. Okay. I don't know if it's an issue with the software I'm using. I set this up early. If you can hear me and see me clearly, please say so in the chat. Type you are all good or something and let me know. How you doing, Stacy? How you doing? Joyce is here. John is here. Cha-Cha, Floridia, everyone who's here. I hope you can see me and hear me clearly. James, words don't match your mouth, but whatever. Okay. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with StreamYard. Um, I use it because, okay, thank you, Ruby. How you doing, Gloria? I use it because I'm able to do the screen sharing. I like to go over information with you, but I also like to share the information live, even though I do have the links below in the description box, okay? And so let's look at today's title, Sea Fryer. Thank you. So I don't, like I said, I don't know. I have been looking into trying to find another something besides StreamYard because I've been having so many issues with it. So just know I am currently working on that. I'm trying to see, I think even Zoom, I may be able to Zoom straight to YouTube. So I've contacted them because I've been having so many issues with StreamYard. Yeah, happy Sunday, everyone. How you doing, Donovan? Okay. Uh, right, Donovan. I've been having so many issues with StreamYard. I'm definitely going to have to use another platform. So I am researching that. So hopefully, maybe next week. I've tried a Restream. I did sign up for. So I'm going to try to get these issues fixed because I like everything to be as smooth and professional as possible. Even though you guys are great subscribers, I still want you to have the best experience when you come. So let's get this started. Roland Martin and CNN stunned over black voters abandoning Joe Biden and Kamala to vote for Trump. Now, if you've been here more than 6 months, you know we have been talking about this phenomenon. And so this is not new to any of us. We've been we've been discussing and hearing about all the polls and what's going on with that. More magic. Okay, great. Thank you so much. James, kind of feels like a flashback to my youth. Okay, sounds good, James. I'm all for going back. Okay, trying to recapture our youth. So you guys tell me what you think about this. Type it in the comment section. Roland Martin, we've already discussed. You know, he's here on YouTube. He used to work for CNN until he was fired. He's a puppet. He's a Democratic shill. Roland Martin, of course, only cares about Roland Martin. And so he's also one of the puppets who are put in place, one of the plants who are trying to bring the the Black Americans back to the Democratic plantation. The old bag is here. How you doing? And so tell me what you think about that. And for those that don't know, oh, Jim Crow Joe, he wound up giving the commencement address today at Morehouse. So, okay. Um, anyway, all right. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. So tell me what you think about this. Oh, Jim Crow Joe. Of course, he's been lying for years. Now he's in trouble. Thank God. Um, Now, for the people who refuse to do their research, look him up. Don't take what I tell you um, as being the truth. You everything I tell you, you can Google yourself. Okay. Look at where his best friends and over the years. Look at where his stance on busing, the crime bill. Look at all of these things. Ruby, people only watching CNN and MSNBC are in an echo chamber. They're in an alternate universe. Exactly, Ruby. And sad, but like we've been discussing on this channel, that's the older generation, right? And not too many. Some of them are, but not a large percentage of them are on social media. Some are, but many are not. So if that's all you're watching, you're definitely indoctrinated and brainwashed. All right. So anyway, I wanted to get into how you doing, Steve? I wanted to share a short video with you, and I have a couple of CNN. I had to get this CNN and MSNBC. As much as they hate to, they're now starting to show the truth. These poll numbers that we have been discussing on here for months. Remember, they kept saying, "Oh, it's misinformation. It's disinformation." No, it's not. They're just in disbelief, and they don't want to believe what's actually going to happen in November, where Joe Biden is going to lose. So let me see if I can present my screen here, and then I'll be keeping up with your comments in the comments section, of course. And I want you to tell me what you think. Where are we here? And I think if some of you are familiar with Roland Martin, if not, you can type his name in. He's up there with like Al Sharpton, the rest of the puppets and plants. So you don't know who he is. Yeah. Of course, this is Joe Biden in his younger days. All right. So I'm not going to play that. I'm going to see if I can get this going so you guys can hear it. And then you tell me what you think about old Jim Crow Joe.
Leadership of America will overwhelmingly decide with me. I predict that in 1980 and 84, my position will be totally vindicated by the sociologists and by the civil rights activists. I come from that side of the track. That's where I'm from. I was a defense lawyer. I handle civil rights cases. I sat in on Route 40. I mean, I'm not from the other side of this. And I happen to think that the one way to ensure that you set the civil rights movement in America further back is to continue to push busing, because it's a bankrupt policy. And that's why I think I'll be vindicated. I don't include myself with pro or anti-busing forces. I think the only group that can determine whether or not a constitutional violation exists is the federal courts of the United States of America. No one else has that right. Secondly, a federal court of the United States of America determining a violation of the Constitution with regard to school desegregation cases must find that there is a specific intent to segregate before they can order busing. That I abide by, that I legislate by, that I hold by. And they're the standards we should repair to.
My name's Joe Biden, and I'm a lifetime member of the NAACP. Now, I'm from Delaware, so I go along with Delaware State being the best state to be seen.
So again, old Jim Crow Joe and his lies. And I'm actually playing the video I'm playing on my MacBook, because if I play it on here, it's going to start freezing. And I don't want that to happen. But it is the same video. Don't worry. I did share the link with you below in the description box. So listen up to more lies.
You. Kamala keeps saying it's Howard. And I'm going now. I'm going Sunday to make a speech at that other place. That men's club, Morehouse.
Boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, I gotta tell you guys.
So again, now he was trying to remember it was Morehouse College, okay? But we know he has some definitely has some cognitive issues going on. So tell me what you think. Again, if you look, I'm gonna see if I can find these polls. About a minute 46. I'm gonna find this for you because we've been saying this. All right. Hopefully you can see that. It's taken a while. Can everyone see that screen? Look at 2020. Now these are black voters, and remember, we're talking about, of course, the younger. Now that older crowd, they're doing okay, financially and economically speaking. They'll probably pull the plug on that before that happens. If that happens, they got to juice him up real good so he can be lucid enough to string together more than one sentence. So look at Biden 2020. He had 81% of black votes. 2024, that's down to 69%. And like I said, now CNN and MSNBC are finally starting to acknowledge this is not fake news. This is not misinformation. This is not disinformation. And so look right here with Trump. In 2020, he had 9% of the black vote. They're projecting with all these polls that are out now that 2024, that's going to be 22% or higher. Now that 22%, they're thinking it's going to be higher because there are a lot of black Americans who are going to vote for Trump, but they don't want to say anything or tell anyone, and they're not going to answer the polls. So tell me what you think about that. Steve, the Democratic Party news media did not want to show Biden's poor numbers. Steve, they just now started to acknowledge his poor numbers. Exactly. Cha-cha. No, Roland, Trump is asking for a drug test. Cha-cha, we know that if he's drug tested, they're going to find those drugs. If you're not familiar with them, they developed some new drugs last few years for people who have dementia, Alzheimer's. So you can talk okay for a little while. Then they're going to have to pull the plug, because then he's going to start talking in circles again and he won't know who he is or where he is. Ruby, how are you? Ruby from Roland. Black women are the foundation of the Diaspora Party. Many of them are finally wising up and leaving the plantation. Right, Ruby, and I'm so glad. How you doing, Chef Finest Wine? Everyone say hi to my partner, Chef Finest Wine. And everyone who's here, please hit that like button. Unfortunately, since I've been talking about these unpopular topics, it seems as though YouTube is not, I'm not triggering the logarithm anymore. They're not sharing my content like they once did. So we know the liberal media is in charge of YouTube, who's owned by Google. We know the situation. So I need for you to hit that like button. I need for you to share this content with your family and your friends, so we can get it out to as many people as possible. Steve Fryer, too big to rig is Trump's newest slogan. We all have to get out and vote Trump 2024. Milk 35, how you doing? The old bag, 55 through through the year for the new drug. Okay, how you doing, Laurie? I'm doing great. I hope that you are. So let me finish playing, and I've actually shared this video below. let's continue to listen to what. But look at those. Those are some startling numbers. And remember, those of you just coming into the live chat, these are the Black Americans who answered the poll truthfully. This isn't counting the ones who haven't answered it at all. All right, listen to this.
2024, and that they're going to vote overwhelmingly for Republicans. Okay, I am skeptical of that happening for various reasons. However, I got to tell you, my hopes are high that at the very least, Trump and Republicans will get 20% of the Black vote. Okay, I think that is a W. Okay, I think that guarantees.
We've been saying this is historic. This is unprecedented. This hasn't happened since what, 1960, something like that. Let's continue to listen.
That Joe Biden and the Democrats will lose. However, again, I am skeptical, but I am becoming less skeptical because it seems as if all polling data is indicating that is something that could likely happen in this election. And we're not just talking about the mainstream local media. We're going to focus on this CNN poll here that is devastating for Joe Biden when it comes to Black voters. But you also have pro-Black revolutionaries like Roland Martin, who has been skeptical of this idea of Black people voting for Trump or refusing to vote for Joe Biden. However, even he is stunned by this poll that was taken by a Black pollster, right? Because according to him, the only polls you should believe when it comes to Black people are polls taken by Black people, Black pollsters. And this man was stunned by a poll taken by a Black pollster showing specifically Black women abandoning the Democrat Party and not voting for Joe Biden at the same level that they have before historically, which has been about 95%. Take a look.
They talked to 800 Black women, registered voters nationwide. That were in the field February 16th through 2000, February 16th through the 21st. And then you see right here, it also says the presentation also includes comparative data from the 2022 phone interview poll conducted by Brilliant Corners among 601 Black women. So a poll was done in 2022 by Cornell Belcher's firm, Brilliant Strategies. This poll was done by Terrence Woodbury with Hit Strategies. And you see right here, number one, economic anxiety, a clear generational gap. Number three, a slim majority of Black women voters support President Biden's reelection. 20% remain undecided about who to support. It says here, a fourth part of this generational gap comes from younger Black women, voters feeling increasingly anxious about the upcoming elections, and they don't see that their lives have gotten better in the last 4 years. Biden has a clear lead in the 2020 presidential election, but it's greatestly among young Black women. Let's go back to my panel to have them talk about this here. And if you look at this panel, excuse me, I'm sorry. If you look at this poll, you look at the Black voter PAT poll, you look at the higher learning poll, what you have is clear data, unlike all of these other polls that we have seen that are speaking to African Americans, These other polls, there's been a sliver of people in those polls. We're now talking about African Americans. Tyler, I want to go to you first. You were shaking your head when Melanie was talking. And if you're Biden Harris, this should be fire alarms going off, red flags going off. This says they have got a problem. If you don't have Black women going hard for you, you got a real issue.
Yeah, that's bad, right? That's real bad, okay? Roland Martin, who struggled to get to that segment. I really don't understand how anybody can listen to Roland Martin for more than 5 minutes. Outside of just the insane things that he says on his network, he just struggled to get through just talking about that poll and explaining the poll. Maybe he was so stunned that he couldn't really say anything about it except but regardless of that, Roland Martin, again, was one of these people that were skeptical of polls like the poll we're about to talk about from CNN, where they're going to talk about how Trump has more than doubled his black support in 2024. So it seems. Okay, nobody's voted at this point, but still, according to the polls, he's more than double his support. And again, Roland Martin was skeptical of this. Okay, he came out and said, no, these polls aren't accurate because.
Remember, guys, we talked about that. Roland Martin was one of the primary puppets. He, Al Sharpton, the other Democratic plants, what were they saying? That these were not accurate. Okay, now they're finally having to acknowledge that they're very accurate. All right.
Because, again, they're not taken by black pollsters. Okay, according to him, only black pollsters can accurately understand the voting.
So, again, what have we talked about on this channel? Racial idolatry. They have to be black pollsters for it to be believed. Get out of here. Just nonsense. Continued divisiveness, right? No.
Habits and how black people are likely to vote, right? But now he has this black pollster come out here and show him that, hey, black women seem to be.
Ruby, you're right. Ruby says, I bet Roland got to eat pork chops after making that, and his butter biscuits too. And go look him up as to why he was fired from CNN. They're all crooked, guys. They're all crooked.
Abandoning Joe Biden Democrats, yeah, he's stunned, right? He's shocked that he's finally admitting that, hey, Biden Democrats, they have a problem with black people. They got a problem with the so-called black vote. So without further ado, let's actually listen to CNN in their poll, basically finding the same thing.
The drop-off, right? Look, you look at 2024, Biden still leads among black voters over Donald Trump, 69% in average polls. But look at this number for Donald Trump, 22%. Where was Donald Trump at this point 4 years ago in the polls? He was just at 9% of the vote. So he's seen more than a doubling in his support among African Americans. This margin, which was in the 70s just 4 years ago, look at where it is now, 69 minus 22. That puts it in the 40s. My goodness gracious. If this held through the general election, obviously we're still months away, this would be by far the best performance for a Republican candidate among black voters in a generation, 2 generations, probably since 1960 and Richard Nixon against John F. Kennedy. That's how long we're really talking about when we're looking at this margin here. This could be a truly historic margin. It's quite a troubling sign for the Biden campaign.
Yeah, I mean, that means that the election is over, right? The black people vote for Trump at 22% is donezo, okay? It's a landslide, okay? Well, why do I say that? It's because in certain swing states, like, for example, in Georgia or Pennsylvania, you have these large black population centers, okay, like Philadelphia or Atlanta. And black people are voting in those places at a 22% clip for Trump. Biden is done, okay? He can't win. In fact, I would say if Trump gets 15%, okay, I think that is over for Biden, okay? I think 22% is overkill. But, you know, again, this is something that is happening. It's a very, very, very interesting trend that you're seeing, again, specifically in these swing states. Trump is actually performing better in swing states that are more diverse than he is in swing.
And this is what they're really afraid of. Trump is performing better in swing states with diverse populations of people. So it's not, Iowa, places, that don't have a lot of minorities. So this is, they know their goose is cooked.
States with a higher portion of the population being white. Okay, so in the Rust Belt states, like in Pennsylvania, Michigan, or Wisconsin, Trump is in a much closer race with Biden in those states that, again, happen to be mostly white or more white than he is when it comes to swing states like a Nevada, Arizona, or Georgia that have more diverse populations, so to speak, like from a racial perspective. He's performing better the more diverse the swing state is. Now, again, that is a fascinating development. But I think what is happening is that I think so-called people of color are realizing that, hey, Democrats, just because they come out here and pander to us, the same way that Joe Biden was pandering to the NAACP, okay, talking about he's been a member of the NAACP his whole life, which is probably a lie, okay? Just because they do that, okay, in lip service, that doesn't mean their actual policies are good for us,
Right.
right? And the people that
What have we been preaching the entirety of these series of videos? Policy over party. People are struggling financially. The economy's bad. Now they're realizing I need to vote my wallet or my pocketbook. Finally.
have been adversely affected by the policies of the Biden administration. Economic policies are so-called people of color, right? And, the rest of America as well, too. But I'm just saying that it seems as if the diversity coalition of the Democrat Party is falling apart. They're no longer falling for the okie doke from the Democrats when it comes to, Republicans racist, you can't vote for Trump because he hate immigrants, right? He hate blacks, right? Again, that ain't working no more. What people are concerned about is money, is the economy, is immigration, is crime. Okay, money talks.
Yep.
Everything else is just nonsense.
Yep.
Right? It's just noise. And I think that's what people are starting to realize. And I believe that is why people are now warming up to Trump or supporting Trump, because they're like, well, at the end of the day, what really matters is the economy, my ability to feed my family, economic security. And Trump, everybody knows that in his economy, they were much better off than they are right now. And that's just the reality of the situation.
So where is Biden weakest among black voters? When you look at this number, who are they?
Yeah, who are these voters? And let's break it down by age, because I really think this gives you a good insight into what's exactly cooking here. Take a look here. If you look among black voters age 50 and over, you see that Joe Biden has a very substantial lead here. Look at this, 82% to 8%. This lead is still in the 70s. This looks a lot like what we saw in the overall polling back in 2020. Well, look at voters under the age of 50. Look here, Donald Trump is pulling 25% of that vote. Joe Biden is at just 62% of this vote. This lead, Sarah, is south of 48 percentage points. This is historic. This is what a lot of folks have been talking about, that Joe Biden has a specific problem among younger black voters. And that is exactly what's showing up right here. And this is, I think, a lot of the reason why you're going to see Biden focusing more on black voters, why you're seeing Jim Clyburn go out there. Don't be surprised if they go to more colleges, because the fact of the matter is older black voters still really much like Joe Biden. It's these younger black voters who very much are turning up.
Yeah, in fact, Biden's supposed to speak at Morehouse, I believe, this weekend, and they've been protesting this, right? They don't want him to speak there, right? There's full-blown protest at Morehouse over Joe Biden speaking during their commencement.
And I had to stop pausing for a minute. Barnes Homestead, I think this is your first time here. Very telling statement. We can't have a fourth term of Obama. Let's be real, people. We've discussed that here on the channel. We know that Jim Crow Joe does not have the cognitive ability to make rational decisions. He's part of the Shady Pines generation, and he needs to go on to the rest home. We don't know where that is. That's from Golden Girls. So Barnes gets it. Sally, young men, period. Yeah, Sally, exactly. And so Ruby said policy, principles, and pocketbook determines who get my vote. You got that right, Ruby. I'm with you. Sally said Joe Obama. Right. All right, I'll keep going here. We're almost done. The old bag. The old bag gets it.
This weekend, President Biden could step into the fray when he travels to Georgia to give the commencement address at Morehouse College. CBS's Nicole Killian reports on how the school and the White House are preparing for possible disruptions.
We're here in court with President Trump standing with them.
And I'll just leave it at that, folks, because I did share that video below in the description box. But again, I can't get this out alone. And I didn't realize it. I had some subscribers actually reach out to me and tell me that my videos are being suppressed. So I need you to help me get out the word. I need help disseminating the information. Damien, Greg is a cool dude. Okay. Thank you so much. Hi, Gilbert. Okay. You said 166 days. Thank you, Barnes, for the day count. Joseph, I want a second term of Donald Cheeto Trump over what is going on now. Okay. Yeah, I like that too, Gilbert. Joe Obama. Oh, bag. We're all suppressed. Okay. And so, yeah, I wanted to share that with you. And you can watch the video in its entirety once I end this live. This is great lip service, but I'm preaching get to the polls. If we don't vote, this means nothing, right, Ruby? And Ruby, I did share with you there are a lot of people who are voting the couch. So again, historically, when that happens, right, that's a win for Republicans when Democrats do not go out and vote. So again, there are a lot of people. They are dismayed. They are disgruntled, and they said they are not voting for anyone. Sally, Trump up 13 points here. Where are you located, Sally? Ruby, 100%. Don't stay home. Yeah. Gilbert, Trump 2024. Stay tuned. Right. Yeah, and I get it. A lot of people, they don't want to vote for anyone. Okay, but now if you don't vote, you have no right to say anything. That's the drawback. Oh, Sally, you're in Nevada. Okay, good. And so tell me what you think. The old bag selling water plants to private investors. Okay, and so this is what is going on. So now, again, CNN, MSNBC finally started to acknowledge this is real, folks, and they're backpedaling. Okay, and Ruby, Sally, James, the old bag, Gilbert, Floridia, all of you who have other forms of social media, I need for you to share this. YouTube is trying to suppress the information that I'm trying to disseminate. I don't know. Now my videos don't trigger the algorithm. You go back and look at when I started this series to the views that I have now. Okay? And so they're suppressing it. I need your help in getting this information out. I can't do 4 more years of Bidenomics. I can't. Okay? I cannot. So again, as he said, Biden's also struggling in the swing states like Georgia, Pennsylvania, which have large Black populations. So the Democrats, they're reeling right now. Trump is performing better there. More states that are a little more diverse, the Rust Belt states like Pennsylvania, Wisconsin, Meganomics. Okay. Yeah, think about those states. Michigan. This election, if you're here for the first time, I'll say it again. This election is one of the most important elections in my lifetime. This could make or break. This could be the difference between this continuing to be America or this being a third world country. And we're almost all the way over to becoming a third world country. Gilbert, couch voters. I was a Democrat once. Vote for Trump, stop inflation, lower gas prices, higher wages. Okay. And that's good, Gilbert. That's fine. Gilbert, share this channel with some of your family and friends. And again, I'm just one person. I can't get all the information out by myself. But people of color, so that's, Black Americans, Hispanic primarily is who they really target with these polls. But they're realizing you get all this racism crap, I can't feed my family. I can't rent an apartment. I can't buy a home. I don't care if someone likes me, dislikes me. That does not pay Rocket Mortgage every month. It does not. I could give or care. I don't care. So what their Black people, Black Americans are looking at, okay, Biden policies. And like I said, I could be wrong. But if you look at the Biden administration's policies, they've adversely affected all Americans. But when you look at some Americans who are already struggling, it affected them even more. So thank God the diversity coalition of the Democratic Party is crumbling, and I love it. So all this rhetoric, Trump hates blacks, Trump hates immigrants. They don't give a care. How can you help me feed my family? How can you help me get some affordable rent so we don't have to live in the car on the street? So all this rhetoric, people are like, no, time out for that. Time out. All people are concerned. People of all races are concerned with the economy, crime, immigration. People are waking up. Many people feel that they were better off economically when Trump was president. That's a fact, folks. And so again, I'm looking at how far my money goes, and that's more important than someone. Oh, he's a racist. He's a racist. That's whatever someone is or isn't is between them and their God. However, I will say this: they won't say anything about Jim Crow Joe, who's the true racist. That's throwing rocks and hiding your hands. That's who the real racist is. Okay, how you doing, Brian? But they don't want to hear that because it doesn't fit their liberal agenda, and that's the problem. And so we have to be smart. Stop all this. This he doesn't like this, or who gives a care? Financially speaking, how are you doing financially? And like I said, folks, this is historical. And look at that screen. Look at that age. Look at that big age gap. Black voters' choice for president, the 2024 poll, Biden, ages 18 to 49, 62%. Look at that age 50 plus, so mostly boomers and Generation X, 82%. Trump, ages 18 to 49, 25%, ages 50 plus, 8%. So again, thank God for the younger people. They're going to have to save this country. These older people, God bless them, they're just indoctrinated. Don't become angry with them. They're doing the best that they can, folks, okay? If you can get some to come over and see the light and see the truth, that's great. But if not, you have to realize people that are sitting there watching MSNBC and CNN, and you know how older people are, they don't like to change. Even when you're giving them the truth, they're like, and that's just how it goes. That's just fact. Floridia, I can't wait to hear the news from the South Bronx on the 23rd. Floridia, the South Bronx people are already camping out. They're ready for Trump. And we know how liberal New York is. Maya sisters, how are you? These polls are bad, yet still there was a problem with the data. The 18 to 49-year-old category needs to be disaggregated because voters between the ages of 18 to 30 are not typically voting stable. Okay, ma'am. Barnes, amen. Floridia, I can't wait. Okay, I read that. The old bag. Joe says he wrote the bill. Old bag. Joe says a lot of things that are inaccurate. So I know where you're going with that. Barnes Homestead and Roe v. Wade won't make your groceries cheaper or your costs lower. Barnes Homestead, Steve Bishop, absolutely. At my assistance, I'm concerned about these Gen Z getting to the polls. Okay. Maya's correct though. A poll and is actually going to vote are different. Yeah, so that's going to be very interesting, James. How you doing, Peter? Peter made it. Everyone say hi to Peter. Peter, hi. I've been working on Sundays getting my post-election day getaway ready. Okay, Peter. We're glad you're here. Type in the comment section what you think about this subject matter. What do you think about the polling numbers? And now remember, there are a lot of Black Americans who are voting for Trump, but they're not going to tell anyone. They don't want to be ostracized. So tell me what you think. And anytime you're looking at polls, have a ratio of plus or minus 3 points, give or take, either way. But I like either way, it would still be historic. Ruby said Jim Crow Joe said he wrote the Gettysburg. According to him, he's done everything, Ruby. According to him, right? He just makes it up as he goes, all right? So we know how that is. But yeah, that's pretty much what I wanted to share with you. And I need your help. Those of you just coming in, share this on your various forms of social media. So I'm joining Rumble, and there's another one I'm going to join just in case something happens here at YouTube. I want to have somewhere else for you guys to go, because we know how YouTube operates. And so that's pretty much all I wanted to share with you. This is historical, and I love it. I'm glad it's happening. Peter, and we pray for the best in November, but I can't afford some trickery to go down. Right, Peter? So we have to have people in place. If not, there's going to be another stolen election. So we can't just talk about it. We have to get out and have people watching so that the same thing doesn't happen again. You're absolutely right. Okay? Gilbert, I have my Republican views removed. Gilbert, anytime you post something conservative leaning, it says it's misinformation, it's inaccurate information. Gilbert, I don't know how long you've been on the channel. I did a video on what happened with the Tyson plant, where they laid off almost 1,300 Americans in Perry, Iowa. You Google it. It says fact check. That didn't happen. So it's difficult trying to get out the truth when the truth is they're trying to suppress it. Mark, I grew up in a time where everybody was singing and rapping about wanting to be like Trump. Right, Mark? I did as well. Mark, are you a Generation Xer like myself? And then as soon as he decides to run for president, oh, that's when so he was good as long as he wasn't trying to run for president, right? As soon as that happened, everyone turned on him. Now he's the biggest racist ever born. Come on, get out of here. Try that with someone else. I'm too smart for that one. And so look at it. If you have more than 2 brain cells, look at how all the rappers are rapping about. Everyone loved Trump because he was a successful businessman, as far as we knew. And everyone loved him. Everyone wanted to be like Trump. As soon as he ran for president, oh, he's the worst racist ever. Did they say anything about Joe Biden, who was really the racist? No. They didn't say anything about his friendship with the Locke. They didn't say anything about the crime bill. They didn't say anything about the busing situation where he didn't want he said he did not want his kids being bused with pretty much black children. He didn't say it like that, but that's what he meant. Also, when before he was elected president, he made the statement, if you have a problem trying to figure out if you're for me or for Trump, then you ain't black. If a Republican or conservative candidate said that, it would have been the end of the world. Why the double standard? Let's make it an even playing field. He gets to say whatever he wants. If a conservative says the same thing, it's a problem. And that's not right. A double standard. Those of you who've been watching news and things for years, remember this stuff, a lot of this started, if you remember when Imus was on the radio, very popular radio host, and he made the statement about Candace Parker being pretty and girls on the other team being, I can't say it because I don't want them to stop the video. But you know what happened to Imus, IMUS. He just said things that black people say all the time, and nothing is said. And of course, he was canceled. That cancel culture started, and it has not ended. Why the double standard? Everything hurts someone's feelings. Come on. James, my YouTube channel is about the history of Brooklyn and today, and I even have different views depending on the topic and the time I post. James, please drop your link here so I can join, as well as other subscribers can join your channel. We want to support you, James. I did not know you had a YouTube channel, dear, but I will start supporting you now. Gilbert, the country needs to be run like a business. Exactly. Ruby, Joe did not want his children going to school. He called it a jungle. Exactly. Ruby remembers. And so, but everything he says, he gets a pass. Now, again, today he was down there at Morehouse College, and the chancellor, they gave him an award, an honorary doctoral degree. Come on, get out of here, smoke and mirrors. And so, again, people, you need to wake up, right? This guy could give a care. He's pushing this Marxist socialist agenda. And I saw a video on Fox News the other day with George Soros. I need to go look at it again. I told you, he is the primary puppet master. He's pushing this socialist, Marxist, communist agenda to try and undermine this country, to try and destroy this country. And people are crazy enough that they're just letting him do it. Steve, it seems that Black Democrats are okay with all the racist remarks and action from the Democratic Party. Steve, that's what I'm saying. Why is it okay for the Democrats, or as I call them, Democrats, to say anything they want? It's okay. As soon as a conservative says something, oh my God, the world's going to end. Get out of here. I don't do double standards. That's that gray area. It's either black or white. Okay, I don't do that. And that right there tells you what they're all about. Mark, Americans and legal U.S. citizens need to unify. That's the only way we can win. Mark, I think this is your first time here. I agree. That is what I've been saying, right? What have the Democrats been doing to us? Dividing us. That's what they've been doing. I'm not your enemy. You're not my enemy. We both have one common enemy, the Democratic Party. That's who the enemy is. And if Americans aren't smart enough to wake up and see who the true enemy is, it's going to be too late. I've been saying that. Exactly. Mark gets it. This is his first time here. Mark, Americans and legal U.S. citizens need to unify. Yeah, Mark, I'm telling you, this migrant crisis, if that didn't wake you up, there's just no hope for you, right? And open your eyes. If your eyes are functioning properly, if you have more than 2 brain cells, you can see the Democrats do for everyone except Americans. They discriminate against you if you're an American. I got a video I need to watch when this is over. This black nurse working at a facility was talking about all the migrants coming in with Medicaid cards. That's free health care. When there are Americans who are trying to get Medicaid and they can't. What the heck? I'm saying you help home first, not people who aren't even citizens. If you can't see that, I don't know what else to say. And so again, why would you support someone or support a party who does for everyone except Americans? Why? So they don't care for Black Americans or white Americans. Again, as long as you're not an American, they'll go to the end of the world. Look at where they're sending all the money to the foreign countries. They're doing for everyone except Americans. Can't you see that? Oh, wow. And so, Steve, where are we here? I'm sorry if I miss your comment. Charge it to my head, not my heart. I get so passionate about this. I become angry because I don't like what's going on in this country. You know, when you're angry with something and it's something that's, you can't just squash it and end it. It can be a little bit upsetting. Gilbert, couch voters, vote for Trump. What do you have to lose? You're already losing. Gilbert gets it. You're already losing. What the heck are you winning? Tell me. Sally did that in Nazi Germany. Yeah. Cha-cha. So I guess the Democrat New York Lieutenant Governor says blacks don't know what a computer is. Right, cha-cha. The governor of New York, Kathy Hochul, said that black children in the Bronx didn't know what a computer was. Really? Now, if a conservative had made that statement, oh my God, the uproar would have been deafening, right? But because she's a Democrat, she's allowed to say whatever. No one cares. And the black puppets and plants and Democratic shields, they back them. Like I said, Roland Martin, Congressional Black Caucus, Al Sharpton, and all the others. They're bought and paid for, honey. Just like the president of Morehouse College. A lot of the students didn't want Joe Biden there. He had him anyway. Bought and paid for. Come on. Stevie Wonder can see that, okay? All right. So where are we here? Mark Smith, I'm a follower. I just don't always get notified of your videos. Oh, Mark, make sure it's on all notifications, dear. James Wayne, cha-cha. Yeah, she's the governor. Kathy Hochul, she sure is, because we talked about her on here. James, it is pathetic. Karen, how are you, dear? I would like to see a debate between Biden and Trump, a real one, no prepared questions and rehearsed answers. Karen, you know, like I know, Biden does not have the cognitive ability to string together more than 2 sentences. And I'm thinking, even if he does agree, I'm still thinking they're going to try to pull the plug. They know he's not able to do it. Now, they'll give him a shot where he can talk okay for a short period of time. And if he does attempt to do the debate, then they'll pull the plug. Or they'll come up with some lame excuse. So, James, don't even discuss New York anymore. It's a lost cause. Yeah, James, it's sad. I tell you, I once lived in New York. Never, ever again. No way. Gilbert, where are Ruby? Chicago is so enraged. The Dems are talking about having the convention virtually. Yeah, Ruby, they're talking about protesting if they decide to have it there in Chicago. You're absolutely right. And as they should. You guys remember the lady, what's her name? Kata Trust. I reached out to her on Instagram and Twitter. I was trying to bring her on the show. I have not heard a response. So I have been reaching out to people, trying to bring people on the show. I've just been unsuccessful to this point, unfortunately. So, but I have been trying, just so you know. James, 6th Avenue in New York City is almost totally empty because of shoplifting. Yeah, the businesses are having to close down. And the migrants who are arrested, they're just released. There are no ramifications. Come on. You know, so that's just where we are with that, folks. Now, again, if one of us as an American citizen decides to go out and commit a crime, they're going to throw the book at us. They're going to arrest us. We're going to have to go to trial. Come on. Now tell me, which party is pro-American and which party is not? Come on. So that's basically what I had to share with you. We only have about 6 or 7 more days of school, and then you'll start to see, I'll start to ramp up the content. I'll start to try to do 2 or 3 videos a week, depending on what's going on, maybe more. Like I said, I've got to get another, find another platform, because I'm having several issues with, which I really hate, because I really enjoy StreamYard, but I'm having so many problems that I'm going to have to do something else, because I want it to be as professional as possible. And you guys always stick with me, even if we have volume issues, even if we have video issues. You guys, I really appreciate that. I applaud you for sticking around. But I do want to eliminate the lag. I want to eliminate the issues. I want it to be as professional as possible, since I am trying to get people to come on the show. I don't want any glitches, okay? And so that's all I had for you, unless you had some more questions. But yeah, the things we've been talking about coming to fruition. And I thank God that people are waking up. I really do. Gilbert, sorry for not being around. 63 to 65 work weeks. Oh, Gilbert, you're fine, dear. You can watch it anytime if you don't catch us live. That's fine. James, you're the highlight of my week, just coming and spending time. I really enjoy, because you always have some excellent questions. Glad you're here. Peter, time to keep your head on a swivel. Only a few months from November. Be ready for anything. There's nothing Democrats won't do. We found that out in the last election, didn't we, Peter? You got that right. We have to keep our eyes peeled. Biden is in Detroit for the NAACP 69th dinner again, Karen. All the NAACP, they're bought and paid for. They're trying to bring Black Americans back to the Democratic plantation as well. It's not going to work. And I've talked to a few older Black Americans who tell me they're done with the NAACP. They take up money, and what are they doing with it? And all they're doing is telling you to vote for Democrats. They're just as bad as the Black preachers, the Black ministers. They're just as bad as the Democratic shills, plants, puppets, right? Telling you who to vote for. No, thank you. I'm an independent thinker. I don't need assistance with who I need to vote for. Let me see, Karen, except the dinner is in the suburb. Of course it is, Karen. Of course it is. Remember, the Democrats tell you to do one thing while they do something else. So what else is new? Right, Gilbert, exactly. Make sure to stock up on supply. Sally, I need to do that, dear. I've just been so busy. Now the school's going to be out. I do plan to stock up here. Thank you so much. Floridia, although the polls are favorable for Trump, that doesn't mean we have to be complacent. We have to go vote in person. Floridia's right. Don't get complacent because, as who just said that earlier, there's nothing that look, the Democrats are going to pull out all stops, okay? There's nothing, who just said that? There's nothing they won't do. Steal an election, whatever it takes. Power, power, power. That's all that matters to them. And foreigners, of course, non-American citizens. Where are we, Mark? We need to help educate anybody and everybody that we can, that we cannot accept the pandering at a certain party, that a certain party gives us every election cycle. Mark, that's all it is pandering. They never do anything for you. They don't do anything for any Americans. Some of the channels I watch, they're like, they don't do anything for Black people. Guess what? I'm like this. We need a party who does for not Black, but Black and white. That's just where I'm at with that, folks. If one group is left out or is suffering, that affects the whole. All Americans need help, right? Don't just help one group, help everyone. And that's my mantra. Okay. So some of the people I follow or look, they have good content. I don't agree with everything they say, but hey. This guy, the video I played for you earlier today, he's dead on point with it. He calls it like it is. And that's what we need. That's what I've been saying. And that's the goal of this channel, right? Educate and empower. That's what I'm trying to do. Where are we here? And so I'm trying to inform, I'm trying to disseminate information so that you can make an informed decision in November, right? And that's all we need to do. Please vote in person if you care about America. Karen's right. Vote in person if at all possible, and keep your eyes open. As soon as we can vote early, we all should. Right, Mark? And keep your eye. Anything you see that doesn't look right, report it. Because they're always talking about voter suppression, but it's on their part. They're always trying to suppress votes if you're not voting for Democrats. And that's just how it goes, folks. And they'll steal this election, and it'll be, who said Joe Obama, part 4. Ruby, help the taxpayer. We put in and get grief in return. Right, Ruby? I'm paying all these taxes, for what? You're not even helping Americans with the money. You're helping non-Americans. I have a problem with that. Yeah, exactly. All right? Now, those of you who are here, promise me, how many of you are on Truth Social? If you're on Truth Social, if you're on Rumble, I think I just signed up for Rumble. Power corrupts, absolutely, Lauren. And that's all they care about is power. They don't care anything about you or me. When we're struggling, they're all millionaires. They're not struggling. Come on. They don't give a care about us. We know that. But yeah, those of you who have Truth Social, other forms of social media, share this content. Have people hit the like button. Have people to subscribe to the channel. We've got to get the information out. November will be here before you know it. Okay? Cha-Cha, okay. Cha-Cha, I have to find it. I'll probably do a video one day this week. I Rumble, and what's the other one I signed up for? I signed up for 2. Since they started suppressing me here on YouTube, someone suggested I need to have my content, just in case they shut my channel down, I need to have it somewhere where you guys can still access the information. Ruby, funny how people in the cemetery never got their vote suppressed. Ruby gets it. Ruby. Yeah, the people in the cemetery, their votes, yeah, they were valid. So Cha-Cha, I have to get that link for Rumble. And there's another one I signed up for. Odyssey. Any of you familiar with Odyssey? Now it's not spelled normal, but I'll have to, what I'll have to do is get those. I just signed up, but I'll have to get those links for you guys so that you can go on there just in case this, hopefully, I don't have any strikes against the channel, but they are suppressing my channel. I had subscribers telling me that. I didn't know it. So that's why I need you guys to share this content as much as you can, and definitely share it on Truth Social. And I am going to reach out to Megan Kelly as well and see if I can make some contacts with her and her YouTube, because she has a YouTube channel. Peter, it's like if the Titanic backed up and hit the iceberg again, right, Peter? Exactly. And so that's all I have for you. So, Cha-Cha, I'll have to get that link, that and my Odyssey link as well. I've enjoyed all of you. Leonard, how you doing, Leonard? Hit the like button, dear. I'm shadow banned too because of Leonard. Yeah. If you're not praising or saying good things about liberals, oh my God, it's unreal. I've even posted things on Facebook, and they're like, a little sign would come up. This is inaccurate information, and they won't post it. Or you post something, and they'll say, we took the post down because. I'm like, whatever, get out of here. So yeah, Leonard, hit that like button for me. Hit that subscribe button for me. Share this on your Facebook. Share this on your Instagram. Share this on your Truth Social. Okay. And I thoroughly enjoyed you guys. And I'm probably going to get back on. I don't want to say a day, but I'm going to get back on one day this week. And because there's a lot going on. And I enjoy you guys. You keep me energized and on my toes, where I'm staying on top of everything that's going on. Barnes, I love you for being here, dear. Thank you so much. I really feel this is a mission for me to get the truth out. And slowly but surely, the veil is being lifted. And I thank God for that. People have been in the dark too long, all right? And I don't tell people who to vote for, but I give them truthful information they can look up, and then they can make an intelligent decision. Sally, numbers will keep going up for Trump. They probably will. Laurie, you too, Laurie. Have a good evening and a good work week, Laurie. The old bad. They're having enough trouble with black men. They don't want black women speaking out too. Right, old bad. Jacqueline, that's okay. Jacqueline, make sure it's on all notifications. If it's not on all notifications, you won't get it. You may have it on some. Make sure it's on all. Okay, Leonard, yeah. Jacqueline, make sure you, dear, share this on your YouTube and Instagram pages. Mr. Cool, how are you? Mr. Cool, you're going to have to go back and check out the content, dear, because we're pretty much done. Mr. Cool, share this on your Facebook, Instagram, Truth Social. And thank you, Mr. Cool. I'm trying to be better than, because Roland Martin is a puppet, and he's gonna say whatever he needs to say to keep that money rolling in. Like I said, we already know about him. Go Google why he was fired by CNN. Yeah. So he's gonna say whatever they tell him to say to bring the black people back to the Democratic plantation, and it's not going to work. That's why he's in shock, just like CNN, just like MSNBC. Yes. I wish everyone a great week. Yeah. Blackmail, exactly. Right, Floridian. Where are we? So everyone, I'm going to you know how I do. Once I end the live, I still sit here and answer comments in the comments section. So I'm not going to leave until the last comment has been answered. So I'll end the live. Everyone have a wonderful week, and I don't take you for granted. I'm always glad that you chose. There's a million things you could be doing, but you chose to spend your very valuable time here at the Roland's Reviews YouTube channel, and I don't take that lightly. I love it. Okay, so I will see you guys and gals one day this week. I'll jump on, but I'm gonna continue to answer your comments here in the comments section. Okay, so be safe and stay on top of things, and don't let anyone bamboozle you. Okay. All right. Have a wonderful Sunday, and I'll see you in a few days.